Hello and welcome back to another video on the rest of the debate and to another edition of Raw Out of 10. I'm Jerry. It's a big show today. We've got lots going on because we had Brock Lesnar return last week, we had Gallows and Anderson return last week, kind of surprisingly, and yeah, the new US champion was crowned, and we're on the road to the Saudi show now, very much so let's get straight into it. And the former US champ Bobby Lashley kicked off Raw and called out Brock Lesnar for costing him his belt last week. Brock walked out and Lashley rushed him at ringside, spearing him through the barricades. He then sent Lesnar into the announcer's desk as the officials came out to stop the fight as we headed for a break on Raw. And yeah, chaotic start to Raw, but I mean, like, this was really good. Showing what we can kind of expect in the Lesnar versus Lashley clean match. We haven't really got that bright, obviously, but you know, still really, really good, and made Lashley look like an utter beast ahead of taking on Lesnar at the Saudi show. So yeah, this is exactly the start of chaotic Raw that yeah, we kind of wanted. But anyway, now next it was time for the OC versus the Alpha Academy. Anderson and Gable kicked things off in the ring, and the latter got an early takedown into a headlock, but it was broken. Anderson returned with a tackle before Gallows and Otis tagged in. Gallows got some big strikes, and Otis came back on an elbow before sending Anderson into the ring post. Anderson then reversed the Vader one before Gallows came in and hit Big Boot. OC then missed a magic killer on Gable before Otis and Gallows kicked off a brawl at ringside. Gable tried for the ankle lock, but Anderson hit his spine buster. The OC then hit the magic killer on Gable and picked up the W. And yeah, overall this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Really, really good start. Great match. Yeah, 7 out of 10. I mean, like, Anderson and Gallows coming back with a bang. Gable and Otis, I kind of don't like how they're always here to put people over, but it's good they're on TV, but yeah, just don't have them put people over. But yeah, that's a good way to put Gallows over. Anyway, the Judgment Day were out next, and they confronted AJ and the OC. Banner reminded us that they had a big part of forming the club and challenged the trio to a match at Crown Jewel. AJ made fun of them, and Dominic said that they will send the OC and AJ packing. If they didn't like this, his dad Rey Mysterio, AJ, challenged Dominic to a match that Rhea Ripley quickly accepted on Dom's behalf. Styles then said that he would give Dom the beating that Ray should have given him in their match later tonight. And yeah, I mean, like, setting up that match, yeah, I mean, like, no issues with it. Yeah, I guess I'll review it later on in the show. The new US champion was then out and said he was able to make his first title defence against Riddle after winning it last week. Rollins said he purposely took the loss at Extreme Rules so he could go on and win the title. Makes sense, bro. But anyway, Mustafa Ali came out and challenged Rollins to a match, but Seth told him no. The Visionaries then said that Ali didn't belong in the ring with him, and the latter said he wasn't going anywhere. Seth was still talking when Ali attacked him, but was taken out right away with a big strike. Ali then fell at ringside, but Seth ran away. Ali ran at him and hit him from behind. Seth sent Ali into the ring post and knocked him out before Raw moved on. I mean, like, yeah, I would have loved to seen this match, but it just seems like WWE just has something against Ali, but you know, Riddle's fine. But anyway, Damage Control then took on Candice LeRae and Bianca Belair in a tag match. Bianca and Sky kicked off the match, and Kairi was tagged in early on after the women's champ got a quick takedown. LeRae was then tagged in, and she sent Sky outside before tossing Kai over ropes and hitting a dive on both women. Back after a break, Bianca was in control in the ring, and Kai dragged her down by the hair to keep her from making the tag. LeRae was then still tagged in, and she attacked both members of Damage Control in the corner before getting a double senton. Sky came back and isolated LeRae in their corner, and Kai tried for a suplex, but it was reversed. Bianca tagged back in before Kai got a massive knee strike before sending her outside in the apron. LeRae took Kai out down to when Bayley got off commentary to help. Belair tried to stop Bayley and speared her over the announcer's desk, with the distraction allowed Damage Control to hit their combined finisher for the W. And yeah, overall this gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I mean, like, good match. He was winning, so probably the right decision. I mean, like, yeah, stop giving Candice LeRae losses considering she's gone there, and Bianca Belair. So yeah, kind of felt like they put themselves into a hole with this match. But you know, it wasn't a bad match at all, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Riddle was then backstage and told Ali that if he won the championship tonight, he would give him the match he wanted. We then saw The Miz pretending to have a knee injury to get out of a match with Dexter Lumis before Cora Jade was backstage, and she asked Rhea Ripley to come to NXT to beat out Roxanne. Ripley agreed to do so. Looking forward to that. Before we headed to the ring to greet JBL. But yeah, good to see Ripley back in the ring again. But anyway, JBL was out next and started making fun of Oklahoma. He said that Dominic was right to portray his dad and called Ray a deadbeat dad before introducing us to the newest member of Raw, Baron Corbin. JBL said that Baron was a star and called him a modern-day wrestling god while making fun of Dolph Ziggler, who was Corbin's opponent tonight. Ziggler started off strong, but Corbin took him down with an uppercut. Dolph caught Corbin on the ropes in the corner, but the latter tossed him back into the ring. Ziggler got some kicks in the corner before Corbin reversed the suplex and hit an inverted vertical suplex of his own. Corbin then got a big strike before sending Dolph into the ring post post outside. Back after a break, Ziggler got a big slam and a near fall before Corbin got the deep six. Ziggler came back with a zigzag before Corbin countered the super kick and got the end of the days for the victory. And Jess, 7 out of 10 from me. Really solid match. And Corbin with JBL on Raw definitely feels like a new direction for Corbin. I'm excited to see where it takes him. Definitely felt like he needed a refresh. I think this could be exactly it. So 7 out of 10, good stuff. The Miz was then accused of faking his injury to get out of the match against Loomis. Gargano yelled from off screen that he saw Dexter and Miz jumped him and stood up on his injured leg before making the excuse that his superior DNA allowed him to heal at superhuman speed. Typical Miz stuff. To be honest, I did quite enjoy it. But anyway, we then got a recap of Bray Wyatt's promo from SmackDown, and AJ Styles and the OC were backstage, and Cameron Grimes approached them for help tomorrow against Joe Gacy and Dyad. The OC accepted, and we headed for another break. Gallows and Anderson on NXT. Definitely interesting storyline. Maybe it could lead to Cameron on the main roster after Halloween Havoc this weekend. I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, OC on NXT is interesting. But anyway, then it's time for AJ versus Dom. Dominic and AJ kicked off, and the veteran was in control early on and got some big strikes in. Styles went outside and really distracted him, letting Dom get a big dive off the top rope. Dom then got in control and unloaded on AJ in the corner before dropping him on the ropes. AJ got back in control and sent Dom over the barricades outside before he headed for a break. Back on Raw, Dominic was on his knees, and AJ hit a big kick to the head before Ripley pushed AJ off the top rope. Dominic was back in control and hit the 3 Amigo suplexes for a near fall. The OC and Judgment Day then got in each other's faces, and Styles used distraction to take Dom down. Rhea then dragged AJ by foot, and he was getting back inside the ring, and Dominic took advantage while getting the quick pin. I mean, Dominic Mysterio beat AJ Styles on last night's Raw. Pretty crazy, even with the distraction and finishes aside. It still did feel a bit weird to see that. But I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Wasn't bad. We'll have to see where it goes in the coming weeks, I guess, because that seems to be the Judgment Day feud for now with AJ, I guess. 6 out of 10, not bad. Dexter Loomis was then making his entrance when the Miz attacked him from behind and knocked him out. Backstage, Damage Control said that they were going to target Bianca now that both Oscar and Alexa were taken care of. Makes sense. Dexter Miz entertaining feud just continues. But anyway, Elias was back on Raw, but not before that. Gargano said something to Miz backstage about blowing the whistle, and then wonder if we're going to get that feud. That would definitely be interesting. But anyway, Elias was out next then, said his brother's career has been cut short, but he was now back. Just terribly sad news. He had ditched a guitar for a keyboard, but just as he was about to start playing, Riddle made his entrance with some bongos. Riddle said he was the biggest fan of Elias and wanted to join him for the performance. Elias told Riddle to sit down in the ring and enjoy the song, but just as he made his way to do it, Seth Rollins made his entrance, and we headed to the US title match. Riddle got some big moves early on, and Rollins fed the ring twice before coming back and unloading on the former Raw Tag Champ. Riddle then sent Rollins back outside before Elias got involved and hit an knee strike, taking him out. Rollins then took the floating bro, but managed to kick out. Riddle got a knee strike and hit the Bro Derek for another near fall. Riddle hit a triangle lock, knocked in, and Rollins had some big stands with the hold still engaged. Rollins then barely managed to get out by rolling outside before trying to get Elias to him, and it did cause DQ. Riddle came in with a dive and took out Rollins before getting the top rope assisted DDT in the RKO, but Elias got in the ring at the last second as Rollins cancelled the move. Rollins then sent Riddle into Elias and got the stomp, picking up the victory. After the match, Rollins hit a stomp on Elias, but before he could do the same to Riddle, Mustafa Ali attacked him. And overall this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought it was a really decent match. Maybe seen this match one too many times now, but we have Elias in there, bit of a fun dynamic. Rollins retains the title, obviously the right decision, and he gets his win back, I suppose. And he can go on a lengthy title reign now. And overall, Raw this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I actually thought it was a really decent show. Corbin and JBL definitely interesting. Many of them was good. Brock Lesnar got destroyed. Lots going on. So a really decent episode of Raw this week. Enjoyed it, and definitely intrigued by the direction now. I think it's the right way. Heading to Grand Jewel, which isn't too far away. Apologies for all the bloody builders. But anyway, guys, that's it. Video. Thanks very much for watching. So subscribe, comments on my comments to show your daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel and I'll be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.